tends to have a bigger nail that wraps around the side of the toe. I don't know why, it just does. Alright, I'm going to make sure I maintain the foot shape here. You gotta remember you're holding it, so you're really softening this clay. This is one of my little dental tools. It's like a little paddle, I guess. And I also use that to help keep these toes from spreading out. Keep them in the middle there. And if you have one, like currently this one is bigger than the others, that's wanting to be too big, it's not the end of the world. You don't have to trim it off, but if you do decide you want to, make sure that you use a really sharp tool to do it, because the toes are soft, and at this point you can crush your work really fast. So I'm going to recommend that until you really get used to this process of sculpting the feet, I recommend that you put this down for a little bit at this point and actually allow this clay to cool off again, because it's getting really soft, and the softer it gets, the more likely things are going to move around in directions you do not want them to go in, especially the little toe on the end, because you're holding this foot. So we're going to do the next nail, and again, tilt, press, and tilt. This tool is shaped. It's already got its own natural curve to it, so you don't have to do a lot of pressing. The tilt helps to get it in a little deeper on the one side, then the press in the middle, and then the tilt on the other side helps to get a really good shape for the nail. And on the toes you don't want long nails, so just one little press at the end, slightly below the surface where you would want the nail to be, just to establish the look of the thickness and the termination of the nail. Okay, you can start to see the what I was talking about with the clay getting super soft. So I'm starting to have these toes melt together, and that's me used to doing it. So for you, it would be beneficial. I'm making little marks where the joints go on the foot. And you can see the toe comes, there's a little bump above the toe, and this is because we pressed down on this side, and that gets you that little bump that your toes have. And then the last one, there's a deeper indent here as well on the big toe. Now the big toe, I'm going to use this paddle shaped tool that I showed you before, and I'm going to create the shape for the end of the toe that I want, which is a little less pointy than it is right now. Okay, I'm going to start, oh, that's kind of a huge big toe, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to start on the far side and indent. I'm going to turn the tool and come across and press in and sweep towards the nail. And then on the far side, I'm going to make the mark, and I'm going to roll back towards the nail again, and I'm going to taper the nail on both sides and get that round shape. And you can do that with all of the nails if you want to, but I found that that little tool that I made from the drinking straw works very well. And if you make a whole set of them with different size straws, you will never have to come up with a technique like I had to for this video, because I can't find the others that I made. I have been sculpting shoes and making boots and stuff for a while, so I just do the foot forms. Not because I can't do toes, but because I don't like to do toes. It takes too long. And I like to put shoes on my dolls, so there's not a whole lot of sense in making toes. Okay, so there is a very quick foot, and you can take a little time and refine the shape of the end of the toes here more. I did this very quickly just to have it available, even though the doll I am making does not have toes. She's going to have boots. In case you wanted to do this, now I have a video for sculpting the toes. Okay, and again, put the foot flat and make sure that your toes are not sticking up, because when your foot is down, the toes angle towards the ground. Okay, let's see if we can get that to focus by getting that glare out of the way. So there's a foot, like I said, and you can increase these cuts carefully if you want. You can add a vein, you can pretty much do whatever you want additionally with this foot. I usually kind of stop in that general vicinity right about there. Detail wise, you're going to detail your ankle. So there's the toes. And always go back to the ground again and make sure that you have what you want detail wise. But that's the foot. Hope you enjoyed it.